Hello and welcome A-League fans. Another episode of the A-League's Download presented by Isuzu Ute. I'm your host, Jake Barkadace. A cracking weekend of A-League. Off the weekend, Juan Mata opened his account at Melbourne Victory. Auckland stamped their authority on the league with another home win, and Perth Glory with a glary cloud over them. Looking forward to my left here, Naum Sekalovsky is back on the panel. A former Perth Glory favourite, best clubman in 2010, I hear.
What are the chances? How good is that? That's the award you want to win.
Yeah.
Best clubman.
I'm sure everyone at home is very happy to see you. And of course, the man, the myth, the legend, Murray United's favourite son, Archie Thompson.
Hey, mate. I never got a clubman award.
No, you didn't.
What are the, what do you need to get a clubman award?
Nah, just be a good lad.
Oh, so I'm not a good lad.
Bit of banter.
Oh, yeah, you got the
It's
banter.
probably the banter.
Yeah, you got the banter.
Probably the banter.
You got the banter.
Well, for everyone at home, the A-League's Download, you might have seen the refresh format that we're going with. Some sharp points, quick minutes to talk through with my co-host. We've got some great moments to go through. Melbourne City and Brisbane all had a little bust up on the weekend. Toué gets his first hat-trick in the A-League, and the Ninja A-League has opened with the youngest debutant as well coming into the league. Now, guys, we are going to go through what we do every week here, some of the bangers of the week, and with the Ninja A-League starting, let's head out to the Melbourne Victory game. Rihanna Policina made the move, Archie, from Melbourne City to the dark side, your side, Melbourne Victory, and what a way to start her opening.
Yeah, well, beautiful hit. I mean, like, she just jinked to the right, and this is what she's capable of. And so great that she's on our side, and she's had so much success with Melbourne City. But a great way to really adore your, get your fans on board by scoring a bomb like that. They didn't go on and win it because I think it was Tamika Yallop scored the last-minute winner. So probably not the start you want, but to get a goal is fantastic.
It was a big move moving from the minor premiers of last season over to Victory, but what a way to start. Isabel Gomez as well against Adelaide for Central Coast. With
How
a
good.
goal here,
How
outside
good.
of the box now.
Mate, what I love about this one is she's got a bit of swagger about her as well. Sleeves are up, pops it over the keeper. And look at that smile, like absolute cherry. A little bit of celebration afterwards, but have a look at this technique. Gets it over and under, top left, thanks for coming. So absolute gem.
Beautiful, and love how the teammates have just got around her.
Getting around her, yeah.
Straight to the corner flag for a proper celebration. We did catch a bit of a weird moment out at Newcastle over the weekend as well. Bit of a Jackie Moon type event here from Semi-Pro, might I say, with the paper planes being thrown out onto halfway, or at least attempted to. Archie, you saw this.
Yeah.
What in the world were they doing here at halftime?
Well, I think for the Newcastle Jets, it's about getting fan engagement, and they were saying to the fans from about, maybe 10 metres from the fence was to throw a paper plane into a little red bucket in the middle of the. It's about 50 metres, mate.
Nah,
so you need to be
they're taking the piss.
High and throwing it down.
And it was $25,000.
And if you landed in there, it's 25 grand. I don't know what you'd do at Preston Lions. What would be the equivalent to that, mate?
Oh, at BT Connor Reserve, I reckon you'd get the ball right in the eye diddle, right in the middle of the ground. And you'd aim for the Faulkner Creek, 150 metres. And if you can launch it, you probably wouldn't get the 25K.
What did you get?
Kebab roll, maybe some chips and some chicken salt. Play on.
I tell you what, well, worthy prize might have been actually more achievable than the one Newcastle
Absolutely.
fans. Let's get across to WA for what was a very good game. Melbourne Victory bounced back from a very important loss, I would say, against the Newcastle Jets. The way they played against Perth was very, very impressive. And the most notable thing was Juan Mata got his first start and first goal in the competition. Archie, how important was that, not only for Juan, but for Melbourne Victory to get their season going?
Yeah, I think it was massive because the way that they lost against Newcastle probably wasn't expected in terms of the scoreline and the quality of this squad. But I think with Juan Mata, for him to get his first goal, especially leading into a Melbourne derby, was crucial. And I love the way that Juan Mata plays. I mean, a lot of players could watch him and really get a lot from it because I really like the game of football when it's played simple. And what he does when he gets the ball is very simple. Plays the way he's facing, moves and gets it again, creates space for other players. And it's so key. I think with some of the youngsters that have come into the league, they want to do the flicks and all these fancy things, which is great. But I think once you just learn the basics of it, then all those sort of things can come. And that's why he's had, I think, so much success over his career. Is because he does the simple things really well, and then he's got the brilliance too.
It's funny you say that, the World Cup winner doing the simple things well. I mean,
yeah,
great
man,
to see.
Brilliant.
Now, obviously, you played until you were early 40s, so you know what it's like to be an older body. Are Victory going to use him more carefully this year? Are they going to have to look after him a little bit, or can they put him in their best 11?
I think it's just about managing him, right? You're going to play interstate, warmer weather. There's a little bit of travel. Obviously, climate change The time difference I think we spoke about coming back from Perth, believe it or not, it has an impact. So it's just about that management piece. And I think Dilla and the team there are clever enough to know, okay, when can we start the great man, when we have to pull him back, and then just manage him throughout the season. As Archie said, or to your point, Archie, what a great endorsement for the young players of the Victory Football Club to have that IP within their dressing room. We spoke about it last year at Western Sydney. To have that in your dressing room, or to have Juan Mata in that dressing room, is golden. It's absolutely golden.
I agree.
And you've got Valuplay to come back. You've got Dorigo, who's out from injury.
Yeah.
It's a tough squad to get in when it's fully fit for Juan Mata. But going into the derby, one of the biggest games of the season, he's got to start, Archie.
Yeah, I think so.
You back him in, Arch?
Yeah, I do. I think when they made those couple of changes in the back where we talked about, and in the middle of the park with a bit of experience, have Juan Mata as a link. I mean, it's a perfect ingredients for a great derby match.
Now, are you starting him or are you benching him for...
I'll probably start him. Yeah,
straight
I'll probably
in?
start him. Yep, straight in.
Very much so. Well, he had a great game out at Perth. Now, the man to my left now played 108 games in the A-League for Perth Glory. Not probably the start that Perth Glory wanted. They have got a lot going on at the moment. They lost their coach, David Drillich, a couple of games in. They had the loss on the weekend.
Yep.
Just your sentiment around what's going on there, why David Drillich got given 2 games and then was taken away from him.
Yeah, interesting. They're sort of decisions that you can probably make in the off-season, however they weren't. But if you look at it from a footballing perspective, you've got someone like Caltech who, you know, over years gone by is an absolute Swiss bank, right? And all of a sudden he's making, you know, these crucial errors in that defensive third and giving away cheap goals. So it's really hard, you know, if we're not as experienced players delivering, then obviously that makes the coach's job even more difficult. And in these cases, it can cost your role.
So it's a bit on the players as well there to step up and perform?
Absolutely. I think it's always, you know, 2 sides of the fence there. It can't just be the gaffer. I'm sure the players are looking at that mirror internally, turning that mirror inward and understanding, okay, you know, we have to be better as well. Yeah. But it'll be interesting to see, you know, who they're going to bring in now. That's
where are they going to go? Where do you reckon they go here with the coaching?
I think with the players that they did bring in, and it does come down to the players. I do agree, but then also too, you got to look at the coaching of the defence. I mean, they got Wooten, they've got Caltech, so they want to stabilise that part. That part of the park.
Absolutely.
And they didn't do it. They conceded more goals in the last couple of weeks. So you got to think, okay, well, if the coach is bringing these players in and they're not succeeding at the back, it's the onus is going to be put back on and to the manager, and especially too when you look at his record. I mean, I love David Drillich. I think he's an amazing coach. And he's got a great CV when he's worked all around the world. Maybe just that was a little bit too much for him, and then they had to make a decision very, very quickly. Because, like I said, when you bring in players where you know that you're suffering and then you're suffering more, that's probably why they made a change.
Hey, you're the senior leadership at Perth. You've got the honour of picking the next coach.
Yep.
Who is your number 1 choice?
Obviously, Johnny Aloisi is probably the front runner. I think, you know, Paddy Kisnorbo's been in the mix as well. If you're looking for experience and you know, a gaffer that's won things in the league, you're looking at Aloisi. For mine, I'm not too sure what the contractual scenario is with Western, but that's probably where you go. And in terms of a roughie, I mean, have a look at what Anastasiadis has done at Heidelberg.
Yeah. That'd be a story, wouldn't it?
You know, do we throw him in there at
I'd love to see
at $5.50? I don't know. Would you have a throw at the stumps?
Yeah, I'll put 20 on that.
Yeah?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I think it would be a great shout. I mean, barely lost any games. Under Drillich's reign, there was only 4 games that they won out of almost 30. So there's a bit of a confidence shot down at Perth. Will be interesting to see how they go over the next few weeks. Tom Lawrence and Luke Amos, some key individuals to come back into that side as well. Melbourne City, one of the teams of the competition, had a great game out at Brisbane, a great result for Brisbane in a draw as Melbourne City is starting to hit their straps. It turned a bit fiery towards the end with a little bust-up taking place, which started with Nathaniel Atkinson and then was finished by Milorad Stage. Archie, talk us through what happened here.
Well, I mean, look, a few handbags there. It's like, you know, this is my ball. No, I want that ball. No, this is my ball. I want it. I want to take it home. And then all of a sudden, everyone's, you know, in the schoolyard going, get away from my mate. And then Andrew Naboot, he's probably the one person you actually want to stay away from. I mean, if people don't know him, right, his old man's Mr. Lebanon. So,
he's the Coburg Flyer.
Yeah, the Coburg.
Straight out of the Lebo Tigers. Naboot, have a look at him, seriously.
So, you know,
he's got the crazy eyes.
The DNA with Andrew Naboot, it's going to be like, there's got to be a few kind of screws that might be a bit loose. I'd be staying well away from him. But this is what we want. We want that passion, and this is what Valkanis be looking, going, okay, I love that because I want that passion in our Brisbane side. But then I watched the interview after with Andrew Naboot. He said, okay, I love that physicality. Bring it, because they want to show too that they're not just a footballing team. They're out there to want to fight and win. And, it's a great result. Probably when you look at the football, wasn't the most fantastic of games to watch, but when it's ruckus like that, you love it too.
Dare I say the battle of the flyweights took place with you and Ali Abbas not so long ago as well.
Yeah.
Massive.
A couple of little fellas going at it. I mean, I'm someone that will just leave it on the pitch, because as soon as it's off, I mean, I don't know how.
Lover or fighter, Arch? Just in general?
Just lover, mate.
Lover, okay.
Yeah, just a lover. But Ali Abbas, I mean, that was a big fight for me. And I don't know about you, Norm. We're
Oh, no, we're just...
What are you, mate? Are you a lover?
No, we wrestle bears.
Yeah.
Back in Macedonia. Are you serious?
Yeah, that's true. I know Jake's a lover, but...
you had a couple in your time. We spoke about the one that ended up in the West Australian. But as a fan, some memorable bust-ups have happened in the competition. Any stand out for you?
Mate, Muskie and Cozzy.
The chokehold.
Oh, the chokehold. How good is it?
Yeah.
Muskie was one of the greats, really, in terms of lifting the tempo from a game perspective. So that had it all for me.
Yeah, and
absolutely loved it.
And then straight, I think it was the next year after, it was Danny Orsop.
That rolled over.
Yeah, red-traded the Cozzy as well. So
back to back.
Back to back.
Yeah,
mate.
we take that every day of the week.
Well, it's not every day you see a bust-up happen on field. As Archie said, you usually leave it on the field. But Beshap Barisha actually wanted to take this one out to the car park against Pascal Boschart. Archie, do you remember this?
Well, it's one of these ones, right? Like, I think there's a switch in Beshap Barisha that if you turn it, there's something fire in there. But also too, he could be like, yeah, let's get out of here. Let's fight. As soon as he gets out there, he's probably going to take a right and hide in the kit room. But I don't know about, I think he's a fiery one though. Beshap loves to win.
Pascal Boschart, were they going to the car park there, Naum, or are we calling a bit of Fugazi on them?
Yeah, Fugazi.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm calling it.
Well, Al Hassan Toué opened his account in style, a hat-trick on the weekend out at Newcastle. The second hat-trick in a row on that ground as well. He had a great game out on the left. He came off around the 60th minute with cramp, but the game was done now. His performance, I mean, how incredible was it? His finishing, the quality, as we'll pull up here, he had some real great moments in the game.
Mate, 60 minutes of football, and he just tore it a new one. Some of the finishes, left foot, right foot. The only thing you'd be looking at in terms of longevity is that cramping, sort of cramping in that late 50th minute, 60th. So he's just going to have to jump on the pickle juice, like nice and early. But outside of that, it was class act.
Yeah.
Archie, some of the finishes we saw here, left and right foot, getting his body in great positions to finish.
Yeah, we talked about whether his position is out on these wide areas where, you have to have that engine of getting up and down and then being able to play, take players on, and also too with your passing. I think for me, he's a number 9. More central, where you don't have to maybe exert too much of your...
Saves his legs a little bit.
Saves his legs. He's strong on the ball. I mean, we saw with that goal central, he picks it up there where you don't have to worry about doing too much out wide. Yeah. You've got more time to kind of pick your spot, and then he's great. I mean, there are shouts of him possibly being ready for on the outskirts of a World Cup squad. A roughie, but I don't know. I think when I look at our squad, I think there's a lot more than what he's bringing. But you score goals like that week in, week out.
And he's a beast.
He's an animal.
As one of my coaches used to say, he's fit, he's strong, he's good mechanic, and you have to be psychologically and physiotherapy. So mate, the guy's got it all.
Did you say good mechanic there?
Yeah.
Right, okay, yeah, no, we like that. Campusano's had a good start, but that number 9 position, is that just because of his physique, his qualities, to get him involved in the game more rather than being a dribbler with Toué?
Yeah, I think the less that he has to do would be better for him and when he gets into that goal position. And I think with his power, he can be better in that role. But in saying that, you can see some great stuff that he does out wide. I just think consistently he'll be better central where he doesn't have to do too much.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Well, a great storyline for the competition has been Auckland. I mean, for 2 years they've been untouchable, incredible, almost won the whole thing last year. It took victory to change their whole philosophy for a game in the semi-final to get a result away from home at Auckland's Go Stadium. Now, just going through their home record here, now it is phenomenal. They have had 16 matches for 10 wins, 4 draws and 2 losses. And one of those losses, I said, Victory had to change their whole piece of the puzzle just to get that. I mean, having a home fortress for a new club, how important has that been?
Mate, it's epic in setting that club up. They've essentially built this foundation and now they can just grow and keep adding to what they've done over the past couple of years. So if you think about a new club coming in and achieving what they've achieved, you pretty much tick every single box, right? And they've started the same way they finished off last year, right? They're just getting the job done. It's not super pretty, but super effective. Their home base is awesome. Yeah. Their fan base is awesome. So for me, it's a massive win, not only for Auckland and New Zealand, but the competition as a whole.
Yeah, and I'd be looking from outside from another team's point of view. Is their fixture draw? They're away at Melbourne the first game. That's fair enough. But then they're at home. They don't really have to travel too far to Wellington to go into the tin. To the tin.
The tin.
For the New Zealand.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then they've got 3 games on the trot at home. So I think knowing that they've got a great record, it almost sets up their foundation and confidence to go on, because they're on the road after that for 3 games. But then they've already started something and they've built a nice foundation, and then they're off.
They can launch from there.
They can launch from there. I'm looking as another club going, how come we don't get?
Hey, that's a healthy hand they've been given.
Yeah, I think it is.
Well, they've capitalised on it.
Look at the record, right?
Yeah, correct. Right. Well, what's interesting about them is they've only scored 3 goals this season, and they're on top after 3 rounds, which is a great stat, right?
Mate, great stat.
And Archie, you've played in home fortresses before. Yeah. I mean, you got to play in a 2015 grand final.
Yeah.
Kind of at home, really.
Yeah.
And just what that means to the team, sort of as a spirit going into that game, having that extra 12th man there.
Oh, it makes it so much easier. Well, I mean, when I say easy, you still got to go out and perform. And look, I say they've still got to perform and still win, but I think they've been handed a really good kind of lead into their season. But people flying over there, I guess the atmosphere,
the energy,
it's
so good.
It's great. It lifts the players. So anyone that goes there is going to find it tough this year.
It reminded me of my time in Adelaide under Josep Gombau. It almost felt like a home fortress. Every time we were going to play there, we were going to win for a certain period in a season, which is a special feeling. And I've got a feeling that is what Auckland are going through at the moment. Heading over to the Ninja ALeague, which opened on the weekend, we had a debutant, Willa Pearson. 14 years old for Sydney FC, coming in at centre-back. Now, I don't know what you were doing at 14, but how good is this moment here for Willa Pearson? A great tackle as well.
Mate, this is a lifelong memory. Such a special moment, and I absolutely rate it for any coach that's backing in young players, right? And it doesn't matter which side of our great competition. This is such a great story. I mean, I've got a 13-year-old daughter that's aspiring to do, or take this exact path. So it's absolutely precious for Willa. It's massive. I had the opportunity to see Curry come in at Perth Glory, which was fantastic.
Yeah.
And she's had a pretty decent career, right?
She was 15 at the time.
She was 15 at the time.
Wow.
She was 15. So special moment for young Willa and her family, and really for the league. What a great endorsement for young footballers.
Yeah, and I think with the Ninja A-League, for the youngsters, it's so much easier, I feel like, to get that opportunity, because you look at the Ninja A-League back when there was the Sam Kerrs and all that was a tough competition to get in with the players that they had. So I feel like maybe the level of then to now maybe allows kids to be able to go and play. But I mean, I was excited to see him in Kunda, man. That kid came in when he was 16 years old.
Weapon.
He might have actually still been 15, turning 16. Yeah, 15.
And he was scoring bombs.
Yeah.
Still scoring bombs.
Oh, mate, look at those couple of free kicks.
Another level.
Yeah.
Well, Indiana De Santos was one of the youngest players ever to play, also from Sydney FC. So a record broken again by Sydney FC, who deserve a shout out for endorsing young new talent. We headed out to Macarthur and the Western Sydney Wanderers, where a pretty much interview that doesn't always go to plan happened. We're going to have a look at it before we go to a moment where it might have bit Alan Stajic in the back here.
Staj, if it gets to this, MacArthur make changes. Millet puts G. Donwong and Harry Sawyer up front.
You're coming on half. I'm putting you
that
at
could be the
centre back.
worst thing you do. Yeah, but how do you react to that? Because they're formidable. They're really big guys.
Yeah. Oh, look, we got some height today as well with Coley coming into the team. He adds a lot of aerial power as well, so that'll help on both ends of the park as well. Set pieces where they're dangerous, and they scored the winner off the other night. So, you know, we've got a little bit of strength in that area as well, and, you know, we scored the winner against them here last year off a set piece, so that hasn't been forgotten either.
Well, let's just hold here for a moment, and I'm going to head to my great man, the Macedonian start. Now I'm Sekalovsky to talk us through what happened 90 seconds later here out at MacArthur.
Poor Knackers absolutely steps in it. And 90 minutes later, freshwater salmon. Have a look at the young lad. He should be on the catwalk. Sawyer absolutely gets up like Oliver Bierhoff style, right?
It was,
literally just flying through the air. What's he doing with the corner flag, by the way? What's going on there? Is that a bit of Star Wars?
Yeah. I think he was letting Stadge to know, hey, mate, just don't be calling us out that early before a game.
But 90 seconds, great finish. Stadge, look, sometimes as a gaffer, you just step in it, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, unlucky for the great man, but what do you do?
Well, I think in maybe his case that he's, if I'm going to put the lawyer hat on and try to defend him.
Oh, the legal hat.
The legal hat.
Oh, here
you
we
saw
go.
me, I'm the doctor in
Dr.
there.
Archie.
Yeah,
Hold on.
now I'm the legal lawyer.
Legal hat, yeah.
I think he's trying to, he can't go in there and say, well, Harrison Sawyer's going to dominate every single ball. But the way that I think MacArthur Bulls have really used his height and quality, because I think you even mentioned the amount of chances he did get to score goals with deliveries into that box. I mean, he's going to be a handful. And also, too, when you've got G. Wong Dong, who's like, man, he's a unit as well. I mean, two different types of players, but you can use them effectively in any way. So, I got a feel for Stadge, but it was they managed to get back into the game after that, though.
Yeah, they did. It was a 1-1 draw out there. Definitely balls are going to be whipped in against MacArthur. That's going to be a tactic that they are going to be trying against every team, who will need to be aware of that. Harrison Sawyer's presence in the box was very, very impressive, especially in that first half. Looking at the shot stoppers. Now, we don't have Thomas Sorensen this week, but we have some great moments for some goalkeepers. Andrew Redmayne and Philip Curto have started off the season so well. Archie, just talk us through the Andrew Redmayne resurgence here.
Yeah, well, he's been incredible. I mean, when you look at the first 3 games, I think he's earned them. Well, he earned the win against Central Coast because against Newcastle because he makes that save and then they go up the other end. Then against this team, like I thought Wellington first half, they should have had a number of chances. Again, but he's pulled off some amazing saves, and you'd have to think it's been a resurgent for him because being left out of the Sydney squad like he did, and you know what, I think Devilish Mears done fantastically when kept him out, but to go to Central Coast and do what he's done and get them some points has been fantastic.
And we'll touch on Philip Curto in just a second, but now just how important it is to have a great shot stopper behind you in form, especially as a defender. That sort of trust you have in your goalkeeper.
It's absolutely golden. I had the pleasure of doing our B licence with Redders. Wow. So I was with the great man day to day, and not only is he a great keeper, but he's a great lad as well. And someone that's got a wealth of experience, again, and that can assist in that changing room. But to have that as a defender behind you, like he's in his mid-30s, mid to late 30s, and he's still dominating. So fantastic that he's landed that role, and he's going to be a massive asset to that football club over the next year and a bit. I'm not too sure how long his contract is, but
Philip Curto, he's been the other star from the A-League. That's started the season really well. Mark Viduka medalist in the Australia Cup final a couple of years ago. His form, and I guess, do you have him ahead of Andrew Redmayne in the pecking order at the moment?
Well, to be fair,
tough question.
Yeah, it is
Boy,
close.
wow.
It is close. And you know what? The thing is, they're actually very, very similar. Like Curto is a great shot stopper, just like Redmayne, but also too even beautiful guy out off the pitch.
Great lad.
Yeah, awesome lad. So I think he had success at West United with what he was doing there, and then comes to the MacArthur Bull. You'd have to say too, he's got them a few points just off the some great saves. So I feel like they're on par. It's really hard to pick, to be honest.
Are you gonna have a chat, Redmayne or Curto, if you had a starting 11?
Look, probably Redmayne, just because I did the coaching course. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
good bloke-itis. Sometimes it comes through.
That's it. But really, like in terms of ability, like I'm putting them neck and neck.
Yeah.
You know, both experienced lads, both got quality. So I'm saying neck and neck, but great lad. I'll go with Redders.
Oh, beautiful. I've just got a couple more before we jump off here. Now, I'm just you with Perth. spiritually, you're a great leader off the field. They are at the bottom of the ladder. What do the lads need to do, just as a team spirit, the guardian of spirit from a football club point of view? What are you going to do for them just to galvanise them as a group?
Well, for me, I'd get them. I'd be doing team yoga, but it's a little bit different to what I was doing.
Yeah, well, I want to know when you won Best Clubman 2010. What were you doing?
Yeah, 15 odd years ago. It'd probably be a little bit different. I'm not going to lie. We might have a couple of raki, maybe a little bit of meze, maybe some Balkan cuisine, and then maybe some shimming.
That would work.
Yeah, that would probably work.
Yeah.
So that's where I would take it, mate.
And Archie, the Melbourne Derby this weekend. Melbourne Victory just maybe turned a corner of form after their loss against Newcastle. But Melbourne City also could be saying the same thing.
Well, I think with Melbourne City, they've got to kind of look after and rotate their squad because they've got a midweek Asian Champions League game. And also Melbourne Victory have to travel back from Perth. They have to put maybe Juan Mata and Cottonwool if he's going to be starting. So look, I mean, this is a really, really good derby. I don't know which way. Again, going to sit on the fence. I'm sitting on the fence today. I don't know. I really don't know what's going to happen. It's really good.
Yeah, exciting game. Butker, thank you for coming back on the show, mate.
Thanks for having me.
We're going to have you again very soon.
I can't wait.
Yeah, we love having you, Archie, as always. It's been a pleasure. For everyone at home, we hope you enjoyed the show. That is the A-League Downloads presented by Isuzu Ute. I'm your host, Jake Barkadesh. We'll see you next week.